Good morning, everybody. My name is Pete Romeo. My company is Woollyhead Design. I haven't presented in a very long time, so I want to do a very quick bio of who I am, where I've come from. I am a graduate of Pratt Institute. I earned a degree in graphic design there. I also went to Queens College, where I was a Bachelor of Fine Arts, and I minored in art history. I thought I was going to be the next Jackson Pollock or Willem de Kooning. I realized early on that that was not going to be the case, so that's why I went to Pratt to get a degree. It enabled me to get exploited at a very early age by larger design companies. Although I have a very youthful appearance, this is the age of graphic design that I came up in. It was done by hand. You took a piece of tissue paper and you designed what you wanted to, then you sent type out to get spec'd. Then you got the type, you threw it through a waxing machine on the lower left, and then you pasted it up and put it on a board. It was called a mechanical, and it was sent to a guy like John Schnepke, who printed it. I'm not showing you this to let you know that I'm a dinosaur. Why I'm showing you this is to let you know that this is the age of graphic design that I grew up in, and I absolutely fell in love with it because I was able to make things by hand and hand them to a business that would help them. I fell in love with that concept. Being a painter, I always made art by hand. I fell in love with that concept, and I still have. The bottom line is, though, things have changed a lot since then, thank God. Graphic design is not done like this. It's done on nice big computers, and we're all better for it. So I know the burning question today is, what do I actually do all day long? I wish I was that guy in the pajamas, but the truth is, I create branding for small businesses. This is what I do. All companies deserve a brand, and all companies need one. A brand is not the luxury of Nike or Apple or one of those companies. It's for everybody. I'll reiterate what I said. All companies deserve a brand, and they need one. A brand is not a luxury of Nike or Apple or the larger companies. Small businesses are competing daily against their competition, and they need all their communications to be consistent, whether it's a logo, a flyer, a website, a presentation, or whatever. I help companies in 3 areas of graphic design create their branding. I create logo designs and business cards, I create websites, and I create marketing materials. What should a logo be? A logo should be legible, a logo should be noticeable, and a logo should be believable. And when I say believable, I mean it should live in the industry that the company is in. If I'm designing a law firm logo and I use a punk rock typeface, no one's going to go for it. This is my logo. I created my Hipster Buffalo back in 2010. Because I'm in the creative field, I felt like I had to have a very strong mark. I've gotten very strong reactions to my logo, and thank goodness most of them have been positive, but it's definitely been a noticeable logo, and it gets me in front of people who might not actually want to see me. These are some logos I've done recently. I'm going to use as much work as I can from the people in the group today, because I want everybody to know just how important your businesses have become to my business. These logos were researched before I designed them. I looked at competitors in the industries to see what those kind of logos should look like, but then design something that stands apart from them. This is what I love to do. I get to play with colors, I get to play with fonts, I get to play with shapes. I sit around all day and I can come up with a million different ideas. I'm going to be doing this till the day I die, and I absolutely love it. My kids can't believe I get paid to do this, and sometimes I feel the exact same way. Along with the logo is the business card. The logo lives on the business card, and this is the first impression that most people are going to get about your business. So my job, I feel I've done a good job if someone will take the card, look at it on both sides, flip it around, and say, hey, that's nice. Most people get a business card, they shove it in their pocket. When they get home, they throw it away when they do their laundry, and you never see that card again. So if someone can actually notice my card and look around, I feel like I've done my job. Second thing that we help companies with are websites. What should a website do? It should look like the brand, so it should follow the fonts and the colors and the feel of the logo. It should look like it's easy to use, because you don't want people to be confused on your website. And it should look like it was created in this century, because a lot of websites don't look like they were created in this century, and that's a problem. This is a website I did for Mike Coogan. He premiered it last week. Very simple. It's a 2-color website. We kept the feel of the website in terms of the iconography and the graphics. Large type, easy navigation. He's appealing to people 65 and older, so we wanted it to be a very direct, simple website. This is Tracy Riska's website. Tracy's logo was fun and personable, and that's exactly who she is. And we wanted her website to reflect who she is as a person, as a brand. I will say Tracy had a tremendous amount of impact on this brand, and we worked really closely together to develop it, and it was such a pleasure to work with her. This is Jeff Roberts' website that I developed for him. I didn't have the pleasure of doing his logo, but I used the color scheme to carry through on his logo on his website, so everything ties in together, easy navigation. This is Gretchen Reinheimer's website, a former member of the group. Gretchen's look is clean and precise and orderly, and I wanted her website to reflect that as well. Plus, she's got some absolutely gorgeous photography of her work, so we wanted to highlight that on the website because that's part of her brand. And also, last but not least, this is the website I set up for the Stanford Business Network. The colors are the same from the logo to the website. Our logo has some icons in it with the thought bubbles and the plus sign, so I wanted to have some icons on the website to kind of tie that in together. It's a subtle tie-in, but it actually works when you see it over and over again. And again, just the clarity and the colors tie everything together. The third area I help companies with are their marketing materials. Marketing materials, again, should look like the brand that they're living in. The messaging should be legible, and they should be nice to look at. A lot of marketing materials are not nice to look at. It's just a lot of junk on the page. Again, this is the Stanford Business Network marketing materials I've done, and when you put them all together, they look like they're coming from the same place, and that's what branding for small business is all about. It should have a unified look. It shouldn't be 12 different thousand typefaces and colors. It should all look like it's coming from the same house. This is some other work I've done for people in the group. On the left is a thank you card that Jonas sent out to his clients. I took the bug and I used it as a repeating pattern in the background. I don't know if you could see that. We kept the same boldness of the type and the colors. On the right is a flyer I just developed for Jeff. It's an exclusive listing that he's got. And again, we just use the colors and the fonts from the website, to carry through to make sure that everything looks the same. And finally, here are some other flyers I've worked on for the group. On the left is something that I worked with Lane Rodney a couple of years ago for Stanford Innovation Week. In the middle are cards I worked on with Scott Coopersmith for a generating company. So very simple, protect who you love, protect what you do, get a generator. And on the right, when you look at that flyer, you know the only thing that you're doing is going mini golfing. That was a flyer that I made for our networking group a couple of summers ago. So again, 3 areas that I help company with their branding are logo design and business cards, websites, and marketing materials. Ideal referrals for me.
2-minute warning, Pete.
All right, awesome. Ideal referrals for me. If you know anybody who's a startup or an entrepreneur, that would be a great referral for me because they don't have any branding at all and they need help from the get-go. Small businesses. This whole presentation is catered to small businesses. If you know anybody who's a small business owner, that would be a great referral for me. Businesses that are moving, because, and I'm looking at you, Amy Lerner, businesses that are moving because sometimes they want a fresh look when they're going into a fresh space. And always looking to meet marketing directors because those are the people that hire graphic designers and I get paid. Things to listen for. If you, along with referrals, things to listen for. If you hear someone say, I need a new logo, like I said in my commercial today, that's an opening gate for me. That shows me that they probably don't like their business card. They probably don't like their design at all. You hear someone says, my website is old or it stinks. That's an obvious thing to listen for. A lot of people tell me that their website sucks and it doesn't bother them. And it's my job to educate them to make sure that they understand why that's not good. If someone says, I want to send some information to my clients, that's a signal to me that they don't like their marketing materials or they don't have strong marketing materials and they need help in that area. And finally, if you hear someone say, do you know a graphic designer? That's pretty much an obvious one. I hope to be top of mind when you hear that. If I'm not top of mind, then please let me know how I could be top of mind. We should have a one-on-one. That's my presentation. Thank you guys for listening. Willie Head Design, designing all the time.
Well, Pete, that was really outstanding. Thank you. We have time for a couple of questions if everybody has.
Hey, Pete, you talked about startups, but are there any specific industries that you like to focus on?
You know, actually, Casey, there isn't. I look forward to meeting people in new industries because I get to learn about the industry and what that industry looks like from a design point of view. You know, clients that are going to be repeat business obviously are better. So, you know, a little bit of a company that might have 15 employees as opposed to 2 or 3 are better because they'll be putting out more information. But really, I don't have an industry I specify in.
Anybody else? All right. Well, thank you very much again, Pete. Really super job. That was a master class in doing a presentation on Zoom. Really well done, buddy. Thank you again.
Thank you. Appreciate it, guys.